Yo, hey, welcome to Telesales Tycoons. Every Thursday, 3 o'clock, live with you. I'm Cody Askins.
I'm Jacob Van Helden.
Secure Agent Mentor and SecureAgentMentor.com. Hey, we love what we do. We're obsessed. And we think telesales is maybe the next big thing. You know what? And it already may be the big thing. There's a lot of agents just still working in the field.
Yeah.
The field is incredible.
It is.
Agents are killing it in the field.
Absolutely.
But we get a lot of questions about telesales.
We do.
As telesales grows, we want to be on the forefront of it. We want to help you succeed in telesales. Today's about callbacks, follow-ups, that pipeline, which you don't have callbacks and follow-ups unless you build that pipeline and it gets full. Our most successful agents in our call center have probably at least 20 to 30 follow-ups at all times.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe more. I don't know. But I mean, there's ways to avoid some of it, and you want to avoid some of it. But callbacks and follow-up is really, really important.
It is. It is. And, you know, it's something that you want to try to keep to a minimum.
It is.
But there are people who legitimately will not make a decision on the first call. I mean, there may be someone out there who can do it.
Yeah.
But for I don't want to say the average, but for most of the agents out there, who you're going to get, hey, call me back. This sounds great. I just got to talk to my husband, got to talk to my wife, got to talk to my kids, got to talk to whoever. But if that happens, you have to be sure that you have an absolutely perfect system to, number one, track your follow-ups.
Yep.
Number two, keep up with your follow-ups. And then number three, actually follow through.
Actually follow up, blow up.
Yeah, you got to.
Earn customers, because, I mean, like one of our call center agents, I think one day had like 20, 25 follow-ups, you know? And a lot of them won't answer.
Sure.
But I think
she made like 7 sales that day.
She made a ton of sales that day. Most sales she ever made a day. A lot of it was because she had some follow-up. There was but they were serious, and she could tell that they were serious. And then when she called back, she was at least going to get a decision. So it's worth the call back to get like a yes or a no or whatever. But she was able to get them to that point to where, hey, we like this. This is a good option. We want to visit together. I want to talk to my wife, whatever. Can you call us back tomorrow? Can you call us back next Monday? Whatever. And I think what's funny is I think Mondays and Tuesdays are probably the biggest days for follow-up.
Oh, yeah.
From people that you talked to the week before.
Yeah.
But if you can get them to admit that they need it, that they want it, they can afford it, whatever, and that they've got there's something there that's keeping them from making a decision. If they're serious, you'll get some yeses from follow-ups.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and the one thing, Mondays and Tuesdays are great, but if you are planning on setting follow-ups for Mondays and Tuesdays, set a lot. Because I'm telling you, Diana, who's our absolute superstar in the call center.
Giving you a shout out, D.
She will set for Monday and Tuesday 10, 15, 20 different follow-ups, because over that 2 to 3 day period of the weekend, people talk to other people, they converse, they do some research online, they convince themselves.
Yeah, they sometimes forget.
Yeah, or they forget, or they just talk themselves out of it, and then you call them 15, 20 different times, and they never pick up the phone. So don't rely solely on callbacks. And like Cody said earlier, if you can tell that they are serious, if you can tell that we want it, we can afford it, we need it, we know, we gotta talk about it, then at that point, yes, I would be okay. But if you call someone, it's just not a good time, call me back.
That's not a follow-up.
It's not a follow-up.
That's not a follow-up. It may be it's not even a callback.
No.
I mean, there's a lot of agents that call it a callback. That's a blow-off.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Someone is blowing you off.
Yeah, that's a push-off, It's something that, because the biggest, and I call it the scourge of the weekend, but Thursday, Friday, you're calling a bunch of people. Call me on Monday, call me on Tuesday, call me on Wednesday, call me in a week.
Call me in a month.
Call me in a month.
Call me next year. Next year, I'm going to do it.
Beginning of next year.
I'm going to make a decision next year.
I can't tell you how many people will tell you.
It's like, that ain't happening.
Just wait till after the first of the year. Like,
what's going to change? Just because the year changes doesn't mean anything else in the world changes. I can promise you, when they say something like that, I'll say, hey, that's a long freaking time. We don't normally make callbacks that far out. That is super rare. What would be the crazy reason to call you back at the beginning of the year?
Yeah.
I want to put them on the spot. I want them to make a decision. I want to get answers out of them.
Yeah.
Because I can tell you what, doing that far out is, and you know what? If they give me some, well, I'm retiring then. Okay, do you not need it now? If you need it then, you're probably gonna need it now. It's not like we're talking about health insurance or Medicare.
Yeah.
I'll pitch it, or I'll give it to one of these agents in the office that actually makes 6-month follow-ups or 3-month follow-ups or whatever. I can tell you what, that is a waste of time.
It is.
Because we get a lot of questions about that. Hey, they want me to come back in 6 months. Yeah, and I also want you, to sell 100 policies in a day.
Yeah.
By yourself.
Yeah.
Well, just forget it.
Yeah. Well,
seriously.
And honestly, in 6 months is a cold call. They're not going to remember who you are. They're not going to remember what they filled out or why they filled it out.
They're not going to remember it in a month.
No. And that's the biggest issue is follow-ups are great, callbacks are great if they are solid, if they are serious. I personally will not go further than a week on a callback.
I agree.
I absolutely, call me back in a month. Miss Betty, I would love to do that, but we have a no callback policy here in our office. And honestly, what's going to tell me this, Miss Betty? Between today and a month from now, what is going to be different?
I like that.
Is a bill going to get paid off? Is a car paid? Is there something that's legitimate, or is this just a push off?
Exactly, because if you don't want to talk to me, now is the time to say no.
Yeah,
I'm giving you the opportunity to say no.
And there are thousands of people out there who just simply won't say no.
I'd rather get a no than someone waste my time. But you're right. There's so many individuals that they're like, they would rather give you the call back or the blow off or the push off, or call me in a month or call me in 6 months, not call me next year. Whatever. That they just can't say no.
Yeah.
They just feel bad saying no.
Yeah.
I'm going to make them not feel bad about saying no. I'd rather get a no than a stupid response like that.
Yeah. Miss Betty, tell me, honestly, be honest with me here. If I call you back in a month, what's going to be different? Is this legitimate, or do you just not want to tell me no? Because I promise you, it's going to break my heart, but you can tell me no.
It is okay. Hey, can't tell us no. You'll be back for part 2. We're going to continue this specific conversation when we get back. Thanks for being with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back at Telesales Tycoons, part 2, every Thursday live at 3. Secure Agent Mentor, Cody Askins, Jacob Van Helden, secureagentmentor.com. We have a blast. We love what we do. Callbacks and follow-up. Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah.
I get so carried away with thinking about the frustration of me having to call someone back.
Yeah.
Now, there are times where they may be serious, but if they're serious, it's like an hour, a day, a few days, maybe up to a week.
Maybe.
Anything farther than that, they aren't serious about making a decision or buying.
No.
I can promise you, after hundreds of thousands of calls over the phone, I can read customers.
Yeah.
I know what they're thinking before they think it.
Yeah.
Before they say it, I a lot of times know what they're going to say.
Yeah. Well, and you can tell just solely based on when you ask a question and there is that, and you can tell that they're
like pulling for an answer.
Yeah,
what am I going to say?
Yeah, they're getting ready to come up with some sort of excuse, and
I'll beat them to the punch.
Yeah, oh yeah.
If they're sitting there, well, I don't know, it's like, well, you requested the information. Something got you thinking about this.
Yeah.
Before you say no, or say something you may regret, I don't care if I put them on the spot. I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care if I put them on blast. Yeah. What got you thinking about it? What was it?
Miss Betty, I will not. I can promise you this. I will not. I have a no callback policy. It is today or it is never. And I'm telling you.
At least make them think it.
At least make them think that. I'm telling you, Miss Betty, I can promise you without a shadow of a doubt, you will not be upset with making this decision. And here's why. And then you go in and you close. But you
cut them off if they're about to say something, you know, like they're pulling for some type of no or some type of put off. Cut them off right in the middle.
Yeah.
Jump in and get their attention, because if you don't, they're going to give you something that I would rather beat it to the punch than have to overcome it later.
Exactly.
I can overcome it, but I'd rather beat them to the punch before it comes out of their mouth, because they believe it more once it comes out of their mouth.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's a difference in thinking it and saying it. And when they think it and they say it, you can overcome it, but I'd rather beat them or cut them off. And I'll do it all the time. I do it with agents every single day.
Yeah. Yeah. You just, and again, it's all about, and it goes back and we said it 1,000 times, controlling the conversation. Be respectful, be professional, but control the conversation.
Yeah.
And when it comes to them saying, I need you to call me back, I'm not ready to make a decision, call me back in a week, call me back in a month, call me back in a year.
Yeah.
You have to figure out why, because if you follow with that and you say, okay, I'll call you back in a week, and then you call them back in a week, and then it's another week, and now it's a month, and now it's, call me back in 3 months.
Right.
You are wasting your time. You are burning time and energy with folks who are simply never going to buy. So figure it out. Ask them tough questions.
Yeah.
Miss Betty, what is the difference between today and a month from now? What is the difference between a day and 3 months from now? What is going to change?
I may have money then. Well, yeah, but you may not.
Yeah, you may not have.
Your situation will probably, if you don't have money today, 30 days from now, your situation won't change unless you're planning on winning the lottery, adding a second job, or receiving an inheritance.
Exactly.
Something's happening. Something's going on.
Exactly.
Which is why you said you said take control of the call. We look for, and we're giving one of our secrets here. When we hire people for the call center, we look for aggressive personalities that like to be in control.
Yes.
Do we clash with them sometimes because I want it my way and Jacob wants it his way? Yes. But I'd rather an aggressive personality that likes to command attention, likes to be in control, because they're going to be in control and be aggressive on the phone. And they do better than those weak individuals.
The softies.
That can't ask for the business. They need to be in P&C.
Mm-hmm.
That aren't serious. That can't get people to make decisions. That aren't aggressive. That don't like to be in control.
Yep.
That sound like they're a whooped puppy.
Yep.
And we get plenty of those. But the ones that are serious are the ones that I love. The ones that I'm excited about. The ones where I'm like, hey, I've got to have them on my team.
Yeah.
We just signed on 2 this week. 1 this week, 2
yeah.
this week.
Well, 1 last week.
One last week, 1 this week. Because, and we could tell, they're serious.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
They're excited. They were freaking trying to control the interview.
Yeah.
And I'm like, whoa. Not yet, baby. Not yet. But hey, you're hired.
Yeah.
Go do it in the call center.
Yeah, yeah, and that's what it takes to be over the phone or in the field. It's being aggressive. It's being the person who does not take those first couple no's, those first 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 no's as a real no. Because
and you don't have to be like the most aggressive jerk in the world.
Right.
But when we say aggressive, I can be aggressive, and Jacob can be aggressive. We can ask questions. We can get people to make decisions while still coming across nice, respectful, kind. It doesn't mean you're just this overbearing, crazy individual.
Yeah.
You can be aggressive. Like, hey, Betty, you need this. Am I right? Betty, I love you. I love you. I think about you all the time. I'm serious. I thought about marrying you, Betty. Betty, now is the time to make a decision.
It is.
What's it going to be, Betty? I didn't come across as some overbearing jerk. No. I just came across as someone that wanted someone to make a decision.
Yeah.
And that was planning on getting someone to make a decision.
Yeah. Yes or no, good, bad, or ugly, I want the decision. I hate callbacks. I really do. Yeah. Unless they say call me, unless it's today or within the next couple days. I almost think 100%. A week is too long because things happen. People forget. Life happens, especially if they're working, especially, it doesn't matter. If they are serious, they will make a decision within the first 24 hours. Really. They will. And Yeah, there's those rare instances where it's legitimately they need, they got to talk to their husband and their husband's gone for a day and he's somewhere where he doesn't have cell phone signal and blah, blah, blah. And there's a real legitimate reason for them needing a couple days. But outside of those one-off instances, I want it that day or the next morning.
100%. 100%.
No doubt.
Anything else you want to add before we move into fan mail?
Guys, the only thing is, if you're scheduling callbacks, if you're scheduling follow-ups, follow through. Actually do it.
Most agents don't even follow through.
Because
That's
they
an
don't.
awesome point.
They
follow
don't.
through. Make it a precedent. Where do you put your calendar, your important appointments, Miss Betty? Do you put them in a calendar? Do you write them on a dry erase board? Do you put them on your fridge? Do you just write it down? How do you handle that? When you have a doctor's appointment, how do you record it? I can promise you this is way more important than any doctor's visit you're ever gonna go to.
That's right.
All right, so Robert, I like this dude. I think he's down in. Robert, don't hold it against me. I think he's in Arizona, but gosh, Texas. I could be wrong. I think it's Texas. I'm thinking of another Robert. I think it's in Texas. He said, "Hey, I'd love to get access to the Telesales recordings.
Yeah.
The recordings that you're doing. Well, now that this past Saturday I started my 100K, 100 day, 100 app, 100K." 100% over the phone challenge, personal challenge, where I'm going to sell over 100 pieces of business in 100 days for worth over 100K by myself. You're gonna have access to all those recordings of me selling, and we're gonna have over 100 recordings over the next 100 days. We're gonna have over 100 recordings of actual telesales recordings that you can learn from, that you can become a master of, and you can learn from people that do it every single day.
Strong.
And we love you. We thank you. If you love us, give us a thumbs up. If you freaking hate our guts, give us a thumbs up. Hey, subscribe below. Please click that little red button so that says subscribe, so you get notified every time we do something.
Every day.
Talk to us in the comments. Ask questions in the comments. We check the comments religiously. We love answering questions. Telesales Tycoons. It's only been going about a month, but it will keep going. We love it. You love it. This has become one of the most popular shows for insurance agents in the world. Every Thursday, 3 o'clock Central Standard Time. Thanks for being with us. Have a great weekend. We'll see you next Thursday.